Well, all too often, golfers get driver in the hand and they feel like they need to get it out there as far as possible. They put lots of effort into the swing and they get that horrible, leaky one over to the right with the good strike that goes nowhere and is bang in trouble. But what I want to share with you today is how I build an effortless, powerful golf swing for myself and everyone I work with, so we can stand up with driver, make your swing, and get the ball more in play, and most importantly, even further down than ever before. So hopefully that looks incredibly simple. Well, it is if you work through the 3 little steps that I need golfers to do to set up correctly and then deliver the club in a manner that gets you speed, gets you control, gets you influence on the ball, and gets those long, accurate shots. So the first thing I love golfers to do is make sure they put themselves at address in a position to make the best golf swing. And far too often with golfers, I see them set up to the ball, very like they do with an iron, maybe the ball slightly forward. We tend to see kind of, as a result of being there, the shoulders are very level, which then if we look down the line, means that everything's off to the left. And as they swing, they deliver the club face with open. They start throwing the club outside to try and get it set off left. And it's just no great consistency with what they deliver. Or the worst case is it is consistent, but it's so destructive, driver becomes a club that they don't want to have in the bag and they end up not using. So I want you to build some confidence in what you're doing, how you're delivering the club, so driver just might be your favourite club in the bag. Now, if you are new to my video, welcome down. I'd love it if you just took a second, subscribe to the channel, like it, maybe even drop me a little comment on how you found the video, and more importantly, what you'd like to see on my channel, because all these videos are about helping you play better golf. Now, when we set up to the golf ball, what we're looking for, first of all, is let's get ourselves in a good athletic position to deliver the club well. So the best players in the world do this fantastically well. So they move the ball forward, they get a nice wide base, and then at address, they just move the hips slightly towards the target, which creates that little bit of spine tilt away. And then if we look down the line, before we tended to see more of this position, now we can see that the feet might be slightly to the right, hips, elbows and shoulders, and that's going to allow us from that position to make a much better swing to deliver the club on a better path. And then ultimately, if we deliver the face correctly, that's going to give us the control that we're after. But if you can put yourself into that position at address, you're going to hit a lot more good shots from the golfers I see stood in this position. Now, once you've got that setup nailed, then we want to talk about the 2 parts of the golf swing that need to be better. Now, when we watch poor golfers hit the ball with driver, what we tend to see is even that one that's got in play, we see the path 7.7 degrees from out to in and the club face 4 degrees open. And a lot of time golfers will talk about, I know I need to fix my path, but it's actually the face that becomes the most important thing. So if you were to take your driver and lift it up in front of you, if your club face was open, we would need to twist the shaft that way, almost like we're making, for me, a right turn in a car. And I'm going to deliver that club face open. And then for me, most of those swing path issues are the path trying to override the face. So actually what we'd want to feel with that club face is actually twisting the shaft in the downswing this way, more like a left turn. So I want to feel that I've got that ability in the golf swing to twist that face. Now from that initial setup position, I want you to try and feel like as you swing down, you're twisting that shaft a little bit earlier in the downswing. And if from that new position, we might expect to see a little bit of the ball curving much more from right to left, maybe even missing left to begin with, but straight away we see a slight pickup in distance at 233. And out of the two bits in the golf swing we're working on, if you can't get this feel to begin with, the next bit we're going to work on will actually make it more destructive. So if you need to spend a little bit more time working on this feel of twisting that club, twisting the shaft, getting that club face, instead of on the way down being like this, that twist gets the face looking more down to the ground, then you can continue into impact. Now, obviously it might take you more than one swing to do that. I've got no problem with that. You spend as long as you need. Now, once we get onto the second part though, this becomes really fun. So we're then able to set up as we've discussed. We know we're going to get that little twist, but it's how we start the downswing and how we move in the downswing to get that club working down so that twisting the club face is beneficial. And the great way of doing it is as we get towards the top of our swing, we want to feel that the lower body moves down and towards the target, but your upper body stays back behind the golf ball. And we can see down the line, when I make that movement, we can see how that club and my arms drop down. That gives me the ability to swing on a better path. Whereas a lot of golfers will get to the top, will turn out the way, throw that club out, and then it's all about manipulation. So for me, I would have a couple of practice swings, got set, nice and wide, focus on those couple of feels. Feels great. Feels really easy and feels very fast considering I'm not putting a lot of effort in. So we go back to the title, a powerful, effortless golf swing. That's what that feels like. So then we're going to set up. And I do like actually just setting the club back slightly from the golf ball. I think that can make a big difference how you deliver the club. And then we're going to set up, focus on those little swing thoughts. Now the strike was awful, really out the toe, but we can see that one curving from right to left. Now 230 yard, little draw with an absolute shocking strike. So that was up here. Nearly missed that one to be fair, but look how good that is if that becomes your new bad one. We'd love that, wouldn't we? And we watch the best players in the world. They'll never hit one that badly, trust me, but they're not hitting it flush all the time. But they're very good at how they deliver the golf club. And look at Rory McIlroy, very fast, free-flowing, doesn't look like he's steery at all with his swing. And everybody tells me they'd love to swing more like that. Well, for me, he's not trying to hit the ball hard. He's focused on making a movement that's good. And obviously his ability to generate speed is better than most. So we get up there again. We're going to focus on those little feels. So I didn't quite get the twist early enough there, so we can see that club face just a little bit open at 1.7 degrees, but 278 yards in the right edge of the fairway. And like I said earlier on, that twist in motion is so important in the golf swing. Now, I think every golfer makes the twist. Just for a lot of golfers, they're doing it after the golf ball's gone. So they hit the ball, then continue, then start to twist the shaft. Well, that's way too late. So there, I felt I did it, but too late in my swing. So again, we're going to set up, make that swing. That felt more like it. And we can see there, a little bit more club head speed, 5.4 degrees from the inside, club face 2.6 degrees closed, and rolling out 273. And it always interests me when I'm working with golfers face to face. They'll say how different that feels compared to what they've been doing on the course. And I always say, look, there you're not trying to make the ball do anything. So you're not trying to get the ball in play. You're not trying to make the ball go a distance. You're 100% focused on how you've set up. Then once you've got there, 100% focused on the process and what you're trying to do. And the better you get at delivering the club how you want for the shot you're trying to create, I guarantee you'll start hitting better shots. But most importantly from this video, with driver, you'll start building that effortless, powerful swing that you've always dreamt about.